welcome, y'all. As you know, I'm Shoot the Artist. You know, I have many talents. I'm a podcaster. I'm an abstract artist. You know, I'm getting into my new venture, which is candle making. You know, so if you're interested in some soy wax scented candles, you know, we have many different flavors and scents from mahogany, Nordic Night. We have peachy me, just to name a few. You know, so if you're interested, you could get a jar like this, or you could get a tea light. You know, hit us up on the DM on the Nah Mean Show. Shoot the Artist everywhere. And as usual, you all officially been blessed. Shoot. I'm Shoot the Artist.
I'm No Face Rel.
And this is the Nah Mean Show. You know, it's been a little minute, y'all, but today we got a very important announcement. You know, we recently just published some ebooks. So, you know, No Face, let the people know what your ebook is about.
So, I dropped my ebook, Lifestyle in Depth, issue number 1,
Okay.
called Doing More with Less. And basically, the Lifestyle in Depth, we're going to be going through different avenues and different tips that we could give to the folks to help them out on their journey on whatever it is. So, it's a short read, you know, it's quick to digest. So, I want everybody to tune in and definitely check it out on Gumroad.
That's a fact. You know, don't forget to get your self improvement with the first Lifestyle in
Yeah.
Depth.
Well, how about yourself with your ebook, man?
Listen,
New
y'all.
beginnings.
Listen. We got Painting with Shoot, the beginning, volume 1. You feel me? Volume 1. You know, we got X amount of volumes coming out after, but this the first one, you know, and in this book, we're gonna be diving deep into abstract art and poetry, you know. So with each painting that's in the book that's made by me, I also have a hand curated poem to go with each painting, you know. So if you looking for something to help you get you out your depression, you know, something that give you some motivation, try and get you in a better spirit visually, you know, cop a painting with Shoot.
Sounds cool. So we're gonna be jumping into our community insights this week. And you know, community insight usually I try to, just spread some light on what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
But in fact, I have something to spread some light on what's going on in Troy. So in Troy, they're looking to propose a $19 million budget towards a monument square.
Monument Square.
Yeah.
What?
Now, meanwhile, they also been fighting to get funds for about $3 million for the lead pipes in Troy, which I find kind of odd. You guys have $19 million for this monument square, but don't have $3 million for the lead pipes for the water that we drink, the water that we bathe ourselves with. Like,
Yeah, that's very, very problematic. And you said they have 19 million in funding that's secured already, that's ready to go.
yeah, that's the budget.
So who's the city officials that the people need to talk to that's in charge of handling funds for the stuff that's going on for the community? Because if y'all have 19 million for a tourism sector, that means y'all directly saying through the money y'all don't care about the public or the community that's there. If we need 3 million for lead pipes, lead is going into all types of people's water and bathing situations, but you're making a tourist attraction for people that don't live here. They're just going to come for a day or two, maybe a week, and stay in a hotel and then leave. They don't have to sit here and deal with the severe consequences of that. So I feel like the city officials really have their priorities messed up.
Yeah. And you're seeing with the infrastructure of America as a whole, like a lot of these pipes are, hitting that 100-year mark, and a lot of these different infrastructures is all hitting that. Our roads and other buildings and stuff like that. So I just feel like they should be a little bit more mindful about their priorities, going forward.
Yeah, and then it's like if y'all just able to bring money for tourism, that means this is a hidden agenda to not help with the infrastructure. Because imagine how much more quality of lives you can increase with the replacement of these lead pipes with some fresher, newer pipes. You'll see a decrease in lead in people. The people might be friendlier in the capital region if they had less lead in their water.
True.
You know? Speaking on what's going on in the cap, right? We have the Upstate New York Fair that's coming this summer. Opening day is August 30th, and this year for the 204th anniversary of the Upstate NY Fair, they're doing something a little differently. This year, they're having $1 admissions
Mm.
just for opening weekend, you know? So if you go there that August 30th to what? This August 31st, September 1st, or whatever, you get to get in for $1.
Oh, that place is gonna be jam packed.
Yeah, you know, and mind you, the fair lasts from August 30th to September 4th. So the first 2 days, you better get in there, you
Yeah.
know? Get right. Also, the Upstate NY Fair is one of the three oldest fairs in New York State, you know? So if you do go there, you know, be on the lookout for some of the historical stuff that's there. You know, they always bring out stuff that, you know, people tend to forget about in time, you know? But yeah, tune
True.
in.
So, we want to shed some light and some condolences to the wonderful Tina Turner. She passed away recently, and I figured that she was having like kidney problems and stuff like that. So, yeah, she was a legend. You know, she had plenty of hits in her time.
Dang, not Tina Turner.
So, you know, we want to say farewell.
Farewell, Tina.
So, beginning into this week's hot topics. So, we seen after 4 decades, 4 decades, MTV News, they're taking it off the network. And we know that MTV News, this is before the social media, you know, before the internet, you know. This is a resource or a place that people would go to get that information about their favorite artists or any pop culture, you know, like MTV News was definitely a pioneer of that. So to see that going after 4 decades, you know,
Yeah, it's very heartbreaking in the community because just like No Face said, this was a lot of people's first version of a blog platform or their first entertainment news before social media. Because prior to that, regular news was just reporting what's going on in the community, the world, economy. But
mhm,
when you had MTV News, it got really into that was like one of the first entertainment news platforms out there. You had millions of people tuning in every week to find out what's happening with Cool J or Beyonce, whoever was the popping topics of whatever decade, you know. So it's gonna be sad,
true.
you know. And talking about historical companies, you know, we got we got Disney terminating thousands of its employees recently, you know,
Mm.
and the reason that they're terminating all these employees is because the company is going through a current reconstruction, you know. So they're reconstructing their values, how they're going about certain things, but it's not because they're losing money. They, a matter of fact, quarter one that just passed, they was up like $20 billion, so they made a
Wow.
good amount of money. So in order to keep their revenues high, they're just terminating employees that's in sectors of the company that's not performing as well, you know.
Mm.
So they recently just shut down their Star Wars themed hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was running for the last year and a half, but not because it wasn't performing well, just because they saw something new with it. So they're shutting that down so they don't have to pay extra costs and XYZ, you know. And then on top of that, you know, going into my next topic, they're recently going through a lawsuit with the current mayor of Florida, DeSantis, you
Oh,
know,
no.
and
Oh, no.
because of his current policies that he put in place, Disney is unable to go ahead with certain plans or construction plans they had in the future. So basically, DeSantis told Disney that if y'all want to continue to build and expand here, we have to look over y'all designs and construction templates to see if that would be a good fit for the company or be a good fit for the community. You know, they basically tired of Disney just buying up the lands and just putting up whatever. Now, if they're gonna put something up, they gotta put something up that's gonna directly help and contribute to the community. You know, so it's a lot going on with Disney right now,
Yeah.
and with the Santas, I don't know. I don't know if he got that 1 billion that Disney looking for in a lawsuit. You know, Disney suing for damages that basically that's money they could have been making if these tax laws wasn't put in place. How do you feel about that, No Face?
I just feel like with the whole situation where they want to take control over with what Disney has going on, I feel like that's just unfair. You know, like Disney has provided, entertainment, for families for years, and I feel like they made a lot of money for Florida, just with that tourism attraction. So I feel like for you guys to have this one guy to come out of nowhere and just say, "Hey, we're gonna look over your designs before everything." Like, all right, I understand as far as the infrastructure of the land of like maybe where you're building it, is it the safe environment or where you're building it? I can understand that. But if you're talking about designs and actual things doing within the park, I feel like you guys shouldn't have your hand in the pot with that. Like leave that to Disney, to handle that. As long as everything is
Up to code.
up to code, that should be the only thing that the state should be worried about. So
Yeah, it get crazy, it get critical, and on top of that, you feel it's a lot of corruption going on. Recently we've had a California startup. It raised at least $60 million, for a marijuana grown operation. But come to find out, a couple months after they got the supposed funding, it was just a big old Ponzi scheme because most of the funding and money went to cars, clothes, lavish luxury experiences, mansions. You feel me? So it didn't even go directly into the business. So the funds was misused. So now it's up in smoke, and it was headed by like I don't know if y'all know this rapper. His name is like Big Rig Baby.
Who mans is this?
I don't know, some other rapper, because depending on where you at, certain people are popular. So if you know who Big Rig Baby is, yeah, he was the head of this $60 million supposed startup, but it's over now. So when y'all invest in these companies, make sure you really understand what's going on, because all the paperwork could be right, but if the people in charge aren't real right, then things could go away, because basically the people who gave them this money thought they was a legit startup company.
true.
They was like, okay, they cool, they got their paperwork, this how they gonna make the money, they got their business plan, cool, here's the 60 million.
Yeah, where is it?
Where to go?
Yeah.
Now the investors is like, oh nah, we not. Now they hurting. That's the main people that's hurting, is the people that put up the money. The people that took the money to buy the stuff, they not really losing, because even if they got to give back the assets, they back to where they started. They ain't
exactly.
have it.
Exactly. So we seeing with Walmart, Wally World.
Not Wally.
So they're being they gotta pay $500,000 in fines for selling brass knuckles on their website.
Get out of town.
And if you guys don't know, brass knuckles are illegal to have. So they had this up on their website. So now they're being basically, there's a lawsuit against them for having that up there. How you feel about,
Well, first of all, I feel like, I don't even know if there's Walmarts outside of the U.S. Like, is Walmart is an exclusive American company, or can I go to like Brazil and there's a Walmart there? Because as of common knowledge, brass knuckles are illegal in America. Well, in certain places, especially, you can't go just buy it from Walmart. So whoever decision it was within the company to put that on their website, they should get fired.
yeah,
Because y'all didn't do your proper research. Because I feel like whatever products y'all put up for sale, that got to go through some type of regulations to make sure it's safe. So the person who just put it up there, just they had access to the infrastructure, to the website, and just put it up there. Oh, let's see what happens.
yeah,
Or maybe Walmart did it as an experiment. Let's see how many of these we could sell before they hit us with a fine.
yeah,
Because, with these companies, they got billions of dollars. So why not try something? Oh, research. Oh, it's the fine is $500,000. Okay, we got that on standby. Oh, y'all need that? Boom. We already sent the check to y'all.
true.
So that's crazy. I just hope nobody gets hurt because of this.
Yeah.
And also, how long were they up on the website for?
I don't know. I know sometimes Walmart got these third parties, almost like what Amazon and eBay does. They have like a different distributor, and they'll come maybe sign up to be like a member and sell their items on Walmart. I don't know if this was the case, but I'm not sure exactly how long the brass knuckles, but for 500,000. I mean, I'm guessing they had a few orders go out. So
Facts. Just don't hurt nobody on camera. You know, and it's that time, y'all. It's that time. It's time for that talk. Economy. Economy. So listen, y'all, today on Economy Talk, we talking about something that affects our everyday lives, or every week of our lives, you know? Literally every second of our lives are affected by things that go on in this industry. We talking about the laundry industry, from laundry mats to soaps to the whole industry.
not the dirty clothes.
Dirty clothes. Who knew that dirty clothes would be so profitable?
Hmm.
You know, so let's get into it. First, I'm gonna give y'all a little history about the laundromat business, and then I'm gonna give y'all some points on how it evolves from then to now. You know, so going back in history, you know, we had these early washing facilities. They wasn't necessarily called the laundromat, but you could say this was like the predecessor for it,
Start up.
you know? So basically, it was like a wash house. So a bunch of people in the community just come through. It either be like a structure over a piece of moving river, or maybe over a piece of a pond, or they might dig out a little something, and people come there and wash their clothes regularly. You know, that was just part of the community. No, but one of the first recognized bathhouses was in Manchester, UK, and it opened up in 1855. So that just lets you know how far back that this takes place in society. You know, people been washing their clothes forever. You know, y'all been watching our old movies. They got the little, what's that called? The little board thing,
Yeah.
the washboard in the bucket.
Yeah, in the bucket.
You know, if y'all old enough, y'all remember Emmett Otter and the Jug Man, and that's what they used to wash their clothes in, and that in the little washboard in the bucket. You feel me? Also, if y'all watch Color Purple, they was using that a lot in there. That's how they used to do it. So the birth of the first full service laundromat was opened up in Fort Worth, Texas in 1934. You know, they called it the Washateria.
Okay.
The Washateria, you know, it came into being during the Great Depressions, you know, and basically this was the first laundromat where they adopted the coin mechanisms, you know, so they was just putting the coins into wash and dry, but the coins back then is different from now. So after that first one that opened up in Texas in 1934, you see a growth and expansion of laundromats, as because at first when they first came into inception, laundromats was for like the upper class,
Yeah.
for the rich people.
Exactly.
You know, if you was rich enough, you could have someone come to your house and wash your clothes for you, or maid. But if not, middle class, you had to go to the wash house. You know, poor people, they had to, I don't know, get that washboard in that bucket,
Yeah.
and go to the river or something. You know, and by the 1950s, 1960s, you know, the laundromat industry had finally got into mainstream society to where everybody can afford it, from every walk of life. You know, it wasn't just a rich thing or middle class thing. So they started moving the location of laundromats into like more city areas instead of it just being the suburbs. You gotta drive mad far, or you gotta go to that part of town you don't like. They started putting them more in the center of cities, so they could get more money, but
Man,
more people could come through.
talking about tough times, man. Like to know that laundry was once a luxury. You know, to have clean clothes was a luxury. You know, like
Facts.
so that's from where we to where we at now. So
Exactly, and to go more on that, you know, sometimes they used to look at people like, oh, the dirtier your clothes were, that was the more, that means you was a harder worker.
Yeah.
Because you was in the field more. Versus if your clothes not dirty, they look like, oh, you're a rich person. You don't have to work in the field, you know. So either way, as a man, you was looked at in a good way. If you wasn't dirty, that means you was rich. You own something. But if you was dirty, that means you was working hard. You feel me? Like the miners, all that. Everything back then was tedious.
that's how we built this country.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, now we got the technological improvements, So the early laundromats featured, they fairly rudimentary. It was just coin operated, But over the time, you seen significant improvements in the capabilities that these washers and dryers have. Back then, it was just put a coin in. If you had some soap, put it in. Now it's like you could pay with your card now. You could put dollars in instead of coins, And then it's like they have different compartments for different types of soap. Versus
Yeah.
back then, they just had one generic thing, or you may even have to make your own detergent out of some spices or herbs until it came to market. And some of the features that these new washing and drying machines have is that they take less electricity to operate, and then they take less water to operate as well. So you're getting a faster, cleaner dry in a matter of seconds. Also, they have additional services that come with these laundromats. Before it was just you go in there, you just wash your clothes and you leave. Now you go in there, they got gaming services, they got additional services like you could wash your clothes, dry your clothes, then you could get them dry cleaned if you got jackets, or you could get alterations if one of your buttons come off,
Yep.
or you got a zipper that need fixed and they could fix that. Or like me growing up, I used to hate the laundromat. But my favorite part of laundromat was when they used to put the arcade games in there,
Yeah.
and or they had the little TV where each TV you could control the channel of it. Those was my favorite. But that goes to add into the additional services and amenities to make people want to go and wash their clothes. They made washing your clothes an activity. It's fun,
Yeah.
to the point where I remember as a kid going to the laundromat, my mother might meet up with one of her friends and then her kids, and we all just washing clothes on a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Me and the kids, we playing while the clothes is washing and drying. Now we all got full clothes together while the adults do their thing or whatever,
True.
So it became a community thing, especially if you had like cousins and a big old family. Yeah, laundry day. That's the day we come together.
Yeah.
And on top of that, some laundromats also include little cafes where you could get some coffee or a little cupcake or a brownie or stuff. They just putting all types of things to keep you in the laundromat, so you don't have to leave. No, also they have these new things on them where that could prevent theft. So some of the richer neighborhood laundromats, you could put like a face recognition or like a phone recognition where it give you a code to your phone to unlock it, so people don't just steal your clothes. And yeah, now we got number 3, the digital revolution. So basically, nowadays, many laundromats, they offer mobile payments. You could pay with your phone. You could even you could be at your house, look up the laundromat, and they might have like a system, like when you buy tickets in the movie theater, you can see exactly which seats is open. It'll show you which washers and dryers is open, so you can pick and select one and book it before you even get there. Like, okay, I'm reserving these 2 washing machines, these 2 dryers for 4 or 5 hours. I paid ahead of time. So now you just get there, put your stuff in there, put the code in, and just wash and dry. You don't got to put a coin or a card swipe, nothing. Just pay from there.
True.
And yeah, basically, that's my economy talk. Laundry is a big industry, y'all. And one little fact before I end it off: the laundromat industry creates some of the most millionaires in the country because it's a steady income, and the upkeep and upfront cost is not that expensive. All you really paying for is what? Electricity and maintenance for your laundromat, because people gonna come every day, every week. Over a month's time, you just collecting quarters, dollars, or if you got the mobile payment, you can make $100,000 in a year off of 1 or 2 laundromats in well-placed strategic areas. So be on the lookout, and don't forget, do your research. This is economy talk. Shoot.
Yeah. So y'all, for y'all folks out there, if y'all looking to start up a business, let laundromats be on that list when
That's
you
a
think
fact.
about if you're a little lost on what you want to do in life. So we're gonna be jumping into Would You Rather, folks.
Come on now.
And this week we got some real interesting ones. So my first one is: Would you rather in credit card debt forever or in student loan debt forever?
I'm gonna have to pick the student loan debt forever,
Hmm.
just because I know if people didn't have that student loan debt, they wouldn't feel so bad about taking the credit card debt because they more likely to pay back the credit card debt than the student loan debt because most people are consumers in today's society. So you take away that credit card debt, the credit card companies won't be able to profit off
Yeah.
people that default on their loans. So I'm gonna go with that. Cause I know with them credit card loans, you get 50,000 for $100,000 line of credit. You could do something with that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that. If I'm zero in the bank, $0, and my credit score good, I could get 20, 30 bands of credit and I could pay that back. Cool. Versus student loan debt.
Yeah, and also I agree because like if a student loan debt, like say if you go to school and you take up a trade, you take up a course, and now you once you graduated, you found yourself in a position where it's like, okay, now I could make some money for myself instead of have to pay back this debt. Like I could get rid of that. I could make some money and really earn off of what I went to school for instead of be stressed for years to come with
Facts.
this interest on his debt. So I agree.
Yeah, do your research before y'all just go to school and get a degree. Not every degree gonna make you money. Just cause you got a degree, don't mean you gonna find your dream job. Like, if you know that it's no aquarium around here, don't go for marine biology. If you don't plan on leaving your state after college,
Yeah.
you know, or you go for advanced. I don't know. There's so many crazy degrees out here that's really worth nothing. I suggest go for business, medical, because those is the highest paying occupations as far as degrees go.
Or if it's something that you passionate,
Yeah, that too.
if you see yourself going further with that degree, down the line, like don't just
Yeah,
get in and like, all right, I'm just gonna be in this one spot and
facts.
go on with it.
You know, like don't go for history if you don't want to be a history teacher.
Yeah, historian.
Yeah, that's what you can. I don't know. Start a business off your degree. My next would you rather is if you were being paid $1 million, would you rather be trapped in a washing machine or upside down water roller coaster for 30 minutes?
Now you said if I was getting paid $1 million,
Yeah,
would I rather be in a washing machine
yeah, just spinning around
or upside down?
roller coaster.
If you ever been one of them kids that used to watch the washing machine when you watch the clothes and almost imagine yourself in there, like
Yeah, I think we all did that.
I mean, upside down roller coaster. I mean that seems more realistic.
Yeah, a big. I mean, the washing machine is like a big human size washing machine.
I mean, you see what happened to them socks and stuff, like the tumbling, and I don't think that's gonna end up too well for
Yeah,
me.
you might be mush.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking a roller coaster because the washing machine is too predictable. I know what's gonna happen. Versus that roller coaster, it might derail. We might fly in the sky or something. I could get a lawsuit from that. But yeah, you know.
My next one is an interesting one. So, would you rather $20,000 in cash right now, no obligations, nothing you gotta do for it, or would you rather 20 million Instagram followers?
Dang, that's no. Give me that 20K, cause with the 20 million Instagram followers,
And they not bots.
they're not bots.
They
Real people.
real people that's
Oh,
in tune into shoot the artist.
mm.
People in the comments.
Oh no, I need that 20 million because guess what? I can make that 20,000 off 1,000. Off of that 20 million, I just need 1,000 to send me 20. And that's the 20,000 right there. Oh nah, give me that 20 million. That's a fact. Okay, so if you had the chance to become president, would you rather be president a Venezuela or president of Germany?
I feel like I probably go with Germany just because I feel like it might be a little bit more structure, as far as like if I'm doing good as a president, it should
Yeah.
be rewards there. Opposed to Venezuela, I feel like the moment I get elected, I might get my head chopped off. Like who is this guy?
Like he's president says who? Oh no.
And I don't know how the law is out there either. I just know from watching certain movies that it's like it's not too,
Politically friendly.
yeah,
Yeah.
or correct.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I might go to Germany. It might have some positions where it be like, okay, like we accept you for that. Either way, it might be bad.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Germany.
That's a fact. I'm gonna have to go with Venezuela only because right now, out of like all the South American countries, they the main one that's like heavy on the crypto and shit right now. So I'm like, okay, they already crypto friendly. So it's like if I could make some policies that's more crypto friendly, maybe this country could get some money, and maybe I could satisfy the corruption in the country because most corruption come from lack of money or greed of money.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's mostly from people not having it than people overly having
Yeah,
it.
one person with the power, like
Exactly, So I'm gonna have to go to Venezuela, and I want to learn Spanish. So I feel like as president, I'll be able to learn Spanish quite fast. But yeah, shout out to Venezuela.
so that was the would you rather, folks.
Would you?
So this week we're gonna be jumping into lifestyle in depth, folks.
Oof.
And this week we're gonna be talking about turning your pain into purpose. And we're gonna list off a couple of strategies on how you could turn your pain into purpose. So with number one, you want to list out the lessons. You want to be able to list out the lessons that you learn from that pain. Once you go through your traumatic experience, write down some lessons you learned from that experience and how not to fall victim to that situation again. So always be mindful of that. Now with number two, you want to be able to speak its name. And not saying you gotta yell it at the top of a mountain saying, hey, this is the pain that I endured. No, you wanna be able to say it like whether you had a bad breakup with somebody or whether you lost a job or maybe an injury. You wanna be able to talk with that with other people to be able to gather some information for a solution. So if you don't speak about it, that's when you kind of push it under the rug and you kind of
Mm.
like forget about it and you kind of like, all right, I'm just going to,
That's when like build up inside of you.
yeah, that's like, you know, it's like almost like that electric bill that you don't pay for, and you basically just forget about it. And then that's what's going to happen over time. Your lights is going to get shut off. So you want to be on top of these things, and speak his name.
That's a fact.
So with number three, I call this one get back on the horse. And we get back on the horse. Whether you gain some weight from missing a couple of times at the week. I mean, missing some time at the gym during the week, or whether like, or just frustrated with a project you didn't fully start on. I call this getting back on the horse because if you get on a horse for the first time, you're most likely gonna fall or be very uncomfortable. But if you get on that horse that second or third time, next thing you know, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. You know that, okay, I'm gonna avoid falling off because I have to position myself a certain way. So it's the same thing with life. When you get back on that horse and say, you know what, that project I was thinking about doing, I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna put a little bit more time and energy to get that, or whatever the situation is. Now, with number four, you want to be able to let go of the pain. Now, certain parts of the pain, is not is not going to be positive ever. Whether you lost a job or opportunity, or even maybe missing a loved one. Like that pain will never be positive. But what you can do is kind of shift your focus on the present and the future. Where you're going. So if you allow yourself to shift your focus and say, "Hey, this did happen in my past, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on that. I'm going to focus on the present and the future, where I'm going and where I'm at now." So those are basically some tips on, turning your pain into purpose, and not just using that pain just to, just hide in your shell. You want to be able to be that flower. You said a quote recently, like that darkness where you're buried, like
Oh, when it's darkness, you think that you're buried, but you're really planted.
exactly.
So
So that's exactly what it is with the pain. Every pain could be a seed, and turn into something else. So
facts.
that was the lifestyle in depth. I hope y'all enjoyed.
That's a fact. So, no face. Let the people know something about lifestyle and depth and where they could find it.
So lifestyle in depth. Like we said earlier, we just dropped the ebook, y'all. Issue number 1, doing more with less. We're gonna share a little post right there for you. Make sure y'all go check it out. We got a QR code right there. Make sure you go tap in now with new beginnings, paint with shoot.
Listen, y'all. Listen,
Yeah.
we got painting with shoot, the beginning, volume 1. And we're on all platforms. Follow me on Instagram, IG, Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify. We're everywhere. And just like Lifestyle in Depth, you're gonna see a QR code that you can scan from your screen, and that's the Nah Me show.
I mean,
Nah Me, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. It's your favorite abstract artist, Shoot the Artist. And today we got another lovely painting. I call it the Dreamscape Unseen. Recently I've been having a lot of crazy dreams and I don't know how to explain it. So I tried my best to paint the manifestation of what's going on in my dreams. As you can see, and you get some water, some land, there's all types of things going on. And I feel like this is what a lot of us go through within our dreams. It's just a crazy jumbled bunch of stuff, but at the end, when we finally wake up, we able to make some type of sense of it. So this is my painting with shoot.